so today's class we're going to look at balance and come into some practices that can help us to become more balanced. So let's start off right here in a comfortable seated pose. And for myself today, I think the legs extended is going to feel better, but you can keep your legs in lotus or Baddha Konasana, just whatever feels good in your body to sit comfortably. And take a few big, full breaths here. And for the next several breaths, imagine the breath coming in and up through the left side of the body, into the left nostril, up into the center of the third eye, and then over into the right brain, and then down and out the right side of the body. Keeping the awareness on that circular flow of in and up and through the left side of the body, left eye, center of the forehead, crossing over to the right brain, and then down and out the right side, all the way back down through that right side, all the way back to the right sitting bones, and then the center of the earth just beneath your body, and then back up through the left nostril. And you might even start to actually become aware of that left lung filling up and that left nostril opening with the inhale, and then closing the left nostril and opening the right nostril to exhale. And visualize the energy flowing in and up the left, down and out the right, sending that warm prana energy into the yin side of the body, and sending that apana cooling surrender energy to the right side of the body with the exhale. And next time you're at the bottom of the exhale and you've dropped into that earth, we'll reverse it. So when you're ready, reversing and inhaling up through the right side of the body, in and up into the right nostril. Imagine that energy at the third eye, and then letting that energy radiate over into the left brain and down and out and through the left nostril, flooding the left side of the body with that cool release of exhalation, and that release with the exhale. And staying with this direction for a few more breaths, inhaling in and up through the right side of the body, exhaling down and out the left side of the body. And now next time you get to the bottom of the exhale, we're going to breathe in through both nostrils, right up through that central channel, the Sushumna, And let's take our palms together to bring a little bit more intention to it. We'll inhale up through both nostrils as you bring your hands upward, and then let your hands separate, and then exhale down and out both sides evenly. So at your own pace, inhaling, open your face to the sky, and then exhale, lift your chest, tuck your chin, pull your belly. Bringing that in and up energy to both sides. Ida and Pingala, yin and yang, left and right. And then next time you inhale, let's reverse it. So bring your arms wide, and then coming down and through the center. As you take this gesture, imagine the design that you're creating with your fingertips, as if you were drawing this circle of energy around you, and then pulling it through your center. Getting stronger with the exhale in the core. Lifting the chin and then dropping it down. Lifting the chest. Lifting your ribs. Keeping the chest lifted and pull the belly back as you exhale. One more time. Nice. All right, let's come into hands and knees. So take your time getting over to hands and knees. And we'll stretch our left leg back now, and then the right arm. So now we're coming into that crisscross pattern of energy with the left leg extended and the right arm extended. And we're gonna lift up and lengthen the arm and leg on the inhale, and then exhale, pull it all in. Inhale, lengthen it all out and lift it up, up, up. And then exhale, pull it in. Keep going with that. We'll do about 5 more at your own pace. And feel the movement from the tail to the head, and then all the way through the hip to the knee, all the way out to the fingertips and toes, getting nice and long and lifting a little bit higher with each time. Maybe lifting the arm and leg a little bit higher and getting the core a little bit stronger as you pull it in. And then we'll stay out with the arm and leg long, and we'll take the arm and leg out to the side and then pull it back to center. So inhaling arm and leg out to its side, and then exhale back to center. As you're doing this, try to keep your hips steady, using those deep core muscles to balance the hips. So if it's possible, just the arm and leg are moving. And then next time we come out with that leg, let's drop it down to the ground. And then we'll reach up into Paragasana or gate pose. So feel the hips coming forward, stay in the pose. You can point or flex that ankle of the extended leg. Take a few more breaths here, enjoying that right side stretch. You can open your heart a little bit more, or open your back a little bit more. Make sure your head and neck are comfortable. Good, and then let's cartwheel the arms through. Drop that hand down, and take some movements with this leg, making sure it feels good in the hip socket. Lengthen everything out here, and then let's circle your arm, bend your knee, just tap your foot, and then circle your arm, bend your knee, tap your foot. Getting some nice deep breaths, opening the shoulders and chest, getting some strength into that hamstring. Let's grab the foot on the next one, and open the hip even more towards the front of the room. Let a smile come through your body. Nice. And then I'm going to let that leg come long, and then reach your arm forward and see if you can grab your toe and give it a little gentle hamstring pull. And then keep your leg long all the way through. bending it at the last moment. Bend your knee and touch your foot again. And then long leg all the way through. Hamstring stretch. Long leg all the way through and tap. And all the way to the front, hamstring. All the way to the back, tap. And then this time when you grab your hamstring, let's see if we can sit down with it. And if that feels like too much on this knee, just sit in like Shavasana. Don't fold the knee up so much. Okay, so you can be here with your foot right under your sitting bones, or you can have this leg folded in a more comfortable position. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a deep breath here. Inhale up. And then we're gonna scoop the belly and curve the spine like a C curve, diving forward, chin to chest, root, belly, throat lock. Inhale, come up. Stack your spine. And then exhale, pull up on root lock, pull in belly lock, tuck your chin to your chest. Nice strong core, folding forward. Inhale. And exhale. Mahabandha, all three locks. Inhale. And exhale. Pull root, pull belly, pull throat. Stay strong, curve your spine. Inhale. And exhale. Do two more at your own pace. Try to really get your whole front body towards your back body as you're curling your spine forward. It's pretty good work for the core. And then next time you're up, let's just take the arms down, and then we're gonna come to hands and knees on the other side. So bring your hands over, wrap that leg under, switch your body out. And now we're gonna take so I was here and the left leg was back, and I turned this way to take the right leg back. So I think if you're doing the opposite side, it will be right leg back and left arm out, and you're going to inhale, lift it all up, and then exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen it out, and exhale, pull it in. So keep that going. As you're doing this motion, really get that sense of the energy going outward and inward. So we're still playing with that same circle of influence. Our Vayu actually is the more subtle realm of energy around us. So lifting and lengthening that arm and leg, and then pulling it all into that deepest center of the circle. Feel your strong center as you pull it all in, root, belly, throat. So we are focusing on those bandhas, the locks in classic Hatha yoga, allow us to control our energy, to stimulate it, to use it, to protect it, right? So these exercises all go with that. Next time you're out, stay out, and then we'll take the arm and leg to the side, and then pull back to center. Inhale to take your arm and leg to the side, exhale to center. Using that strong breath, focusing your eyes, base, hand and arm are steady. One more time, and then this time when your leg comes out to the side, drop it down on the ground, and we'll come around with the arms in the opposite direction and up into Paragasana. We'll take about 4 or 5 breaths here, so take your time. Keep your neck nice and long, chin towards your body. Opening the heart, opening the back body. Maybe getting a deeper side stretch. Looking good. Okay, cartwheel through, dropping the arm, that base hand down, lengthening arm and leg. Move this leg a little bit, make sure it's in a good place. And then we're just gonna circle and tap the foot. Circle around and tap that foot. Nice big ocean breaths. And then grab the foot next time you come around and open the hips towards the front space. You can look up to challenge yourself. to challenge your balance. Good. Now we're going to take that leg long and keep it long, stretch it in front, and maybe grab your foot and give it a little big hamstring stretch. And all the way around, keep your leg long, just until you bend it and grab the foot again. So playing with that range of motion, it's almost like a dancer pose, and then hand to foot. Good. Next time you come to the front, see if you can hold on to the leg and trust. If your knees don't have that range of motion, modify it. Okay, and then we're going to sit that leg down, getting your steadiness in your sitting bones. Inhale, reach up. Really lift everything up here. And then exhale, hollow out. Pull the muscles in the root floor up. Pull Uddiyana Bandha back and up. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale when you need to, come back up. And then exhale, pull root belly, throat lock. Do about 4 more at your own pace. Really striving to get that pelvic floor upward, the waist cinched, and navel towards the spine, and then that flying up of the ribs and the lengthened spine, and then just curling it forward. Good. Next time you're up, we'll come around again, and take your time, bringing your hands to the side and into hands and knees. So checking that your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your wrists. Let's give your knees are under your hips. Give your tail a little shake side to side. Give your head a little movement side to side. Let's make a circle with the tail, with the head, and just trust that those movements that your body wants to go with are perfect. This helps us come into Samana current, which churns the middle body. So see if you can drop your ribs and lift them up. Lift your tail and drop it down. Good, and then letting that become authentic movement, whatever feels good, and your shoulders circling, your tail, and stirring it up any way that feels good. And then let's walk our hands farther forward so that we can come into the hips forward, the shoulders rolling back. Squeeze the muscles in your buttocks to get a little deeper. Good, we're gonna slowly drop down with control. Start to bend your elbows and drop down. And then drop your legs down, bring your hands forward into Cobra. Take a few breaths to get here. Shoulder blades are moving towards each other. Roll your shoulders back. Lift and lengthen the front body. One more inhale. And then slowly come down. Take your hands farther in. Bend your knees and lift back up into that lifted Cobra. Maybe opening the throat here. And then we'll easy does it. Let's come into puppy dog. So take your knees under your hips. Stretch your arms and hands farther forward. And then tip your tail way up like you're in that cow position of cat and cow. Curling the toes under. Slowly start to drop your triceps down. Keep your humerus bone, your arm bone, externally rotated. So as you're dropping into this pose, make sure your upper arms are coming towards each other, your elbows towards each other. And then you can either have your chin on the ground or your forehead or float your head. You all look really good. Puppy dog. Getting that big chest opening. This is really good for our thymus. It's a beautiful pose to get very big healing breaths into the side of your ribs. Into the whole thoracic cavity. Helps us to find empowerment. 2 more breaths here. Slow down this last exhalation as slow as you'd like. Good. As you come up, drag those hands in, curl your toes under, lift yourself into downward dog. Stay in downward dog. Staying in downward dog land. So your face is downward facing, chin to your chest, eyes reaching towards the thighs. Push the ground away. Lift your tail up. Pull the belly back. Nicely done. Good. Make your way into plank from there. Take your time getting there. Feel the pelvis neutral, shoulders neutral, kind of pulling up those ribs. And then come forward on your toes. You can come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And then let's find upward dog. So we have all 3 dog versions happening here. Who's more balanced than a dog, right? We can channel the dog energy of going with the flow, realizing who it is we're serving, what it is we're serving, what are we in service through, who are we serving. Dog is a good totem animal for service. Good, drop your knees, come through cat and cow, and if you feel like it would be helpful to come into a few cat and cows, you can do that. Or make your way right back to puppy dog, taking your hands forward, tipping your tail up, sinking your chest down. You can have your chin towards your chest or your chin towards the ground. Good, drag your hands towards you as you come up. Again, you can always check in with a little cat and cow. Bring your hips back, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Lift the tail up, push the earth away. Same thing as puppy dog, the chest can come towards the ground, tip your tailbone up. And then make your way to plank. Take a moment to get that pelvis neutral, shoulders, strong core. Lower down, it can be knees, chest, chin, and finding upward dog. And if you want, you can take your knees to the ground here. Or have your toes curled under with the knees lifted, or the toes pointed. Nice, and then let's come right through to downward dog. Lift your left leg up in 3-legged dog. Take a deep breath in. And let's bring it forward into a lunge. We're going to find a nice low knee hatha lunge. So knee towards the ground. And then come into pyramid. So we're going to really just rock forward into that low lunge. Knee towards the ground, really letting the thigh come towards the ground, and then straighten the front leg and dip your head down towards the shin. So start to find your own flow of that knee, back knee towards the ground. If you really want to pause here and lift the upper body, you're welcome to do so. All the way to folding and staying there for an extra breath if you'd like to. So you can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. You can stay longer in that lunge or stay longer in the fold. And we'll play with this for a few more breaths. Finding that balance between the two poses. And then we're gonna take our weight off of that back leg right into the front leg into half moon balance. So from the lunge, taking the weight off that back leg into half moon balance. Try to lift your leg as high as you can. And then just like we did before, we're gonna just do it in this position where you bend your knee and tap your foot. And then just lengthen everything out. Lengthening arm and leg. And then bend your knee, tap your foot, and lengthen everything out. Keep going with that. I'm just gonna switch legs so I can see you. Good, and then next time you have your hand close to your foot, see if you can grab your foot. If it's available, grab it and then open your hips, open your chest, open your shoulder, look down for balance. Look up to challenge your balance more. Let that long arm open the chest, trust the opening. We're gonna let go and land in Warrior Two. Yes. Good. And then open Hearty Warrior. And then come back through to that half moon balance. So take your time, right back, up and through to half moon balance. And then bend your knee, tap it, and lengthen it all out. Bend your knee, tap it, tap your foot, and lengthen it all out. See about grabbing that foot again. And this time we're gonna try to dance our way up to standing, up, 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 into dancer pose. If you lost it, just stand up and grab dancer pose. Lifting your arm, lifting your leg, being nice and strong. Grab it again if you lost it. And then landing back in Warrior Two, trust that you can get there. Beautiful. We're gonna do that one more time, just the last part of it. Open Heart Warrior. Coming through to half moon balance. Dropping that front hand near that front foot. Lift up the leg. Tap your foot a couple times. Lengthening arm and leg. Tapping your foot. And then on this last one, grab your foot and make your way into Natarajasana, dancer pose. When Shiva was angry, he danced. Grab your foot nice and strong. Feel that core strength. The core is what's going to help you balance. Pull the muscles in the root floor up. Pull your belly up. And focus your eyes. Core strength, eyes focused, and land in Warrior Two. Ha! Good. We're going to take that all to the other side. So come into Hatha Lunge. Take your time. Move your feet to coordinate, accommodate, and come through to plank. Take your time. Pause in plank. Lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Up dog. Breathe. Down dog. Breathe. Good. Other leg lifts up. Deep breath in. Send it forward into that lunge. And you can use blocks here as well, or have your hands on the ground. And we'll find that nice straight leg hurdler stretch. Kind of a wide toe pyramid. And then back to your low lunge. So lengthening the front leg. And bending that front knee. And if you'd like, you can stay in that nice low lunge and lift your arms up. And you can also stay folded longer, really relaxing into the hamstring. Or just keep going back and forth. Good. We're going to come to that low lunge. Walk your front hand to the outside of that front foot, same side, same hand, and open up. Lifting the back leg up. Spread up to challenge your balance. And then when you're ready, bend your knee, tap the foot, circle the arm. Bend your knee, tap the foot, circle around. And then when it's available, grab the foot and open up the hips. Take your time. Open up your chest. Open up that shoulder. And then let it go. Trust that you can land into Warrior Two. Nicely done. Fantastic effort. You are in your practice. Nice. Open up, open-hearted warrior. Good, come all the way through to half moon balance. You got this. Lift it up, and this time we're gonna see about coming into dancer. So grab your foot, open that thigh, hip, heart, shoulder, slightly bend your base leg, because that'll help you get grounded. Take your time, focus your eyes, come up into dancer. When you had enough of dancer, you can fall back into Warrior Two. Okay, we'll just do that one more time, the last part. Open-hearted warrior. All the way through to half moon balance. And then all the way into grabbing that foot and strong core, strong focus. Up, 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 up. Into dancer. Grab dancer if you lost it because you have time. And then back to Warrior Two. Good. Yes. Let's come forward with the squat and round the back and arch it. So basically cat standing and cow standing. Round your back and flat back. One more time. And then come on into 5-pointed star. Let's circle the hips. Eric told me he did a lot of squats, and I know a couple of you were in Eric's class. So looks like he pulled a joy, and or it sounded like he pulled a joy and did all those yummy goddess squats. So we won't do those today. Let's bring the feet together, and we'll find some balance through the moon series, through the 4 phases of the moon. It should feel really nice, bringing it all into the center. So take your time getting that upward rotation. You want to lift the ribs away from the hips. Lift that whole shoulder girdle up. Essentially getting that flying up feeling of Uddiyana here on the inhale. And then as you exhale, tuck your buttocks and come into half moon. Very nice. Inhale, center. Exhale, half moon the other way. Try to get more of your palms together. Make sure your neck is soft, your gaze is soft like the moon. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And that lateral flexion of the spine. See if you can imagine inhaling up, and then imagine that shape of the moon all the way through your body, all the way down through your hips, all the way out through your fingertips. Take it at your own pace for these last 4 times, moving with the breath. Nice, long, slow, full breath in, and a nice, long, slow, soft, full exhale out. Let's come into the 3rd phase of the moon. We're going to start with just the upper body, just the neck. So inhale, tip your gaze upward, your chin upward, and then exhale, elbows together, stretch out your neck, give your head a gentle pull. And you can still have some core strong there too. Inhale, open the neck, open your eyes, stretch out the chest. Exhale, pull those shoulder blades away from each other, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. As you inhale, good. Now we're going to take that into the thoracic vertebrae. So let's take our feet wider, and now keep your neck out of it. So keep your chin softly towards your chest, and you can squeeze your buttocks a little bit to support the thoracic opening. So just keep your elbows wide, tip your heart towards the sky, open your mouth to exhale, squeeze your buttocks to support the hips. If that's feeling good, from there you can lengthen your arms, open your mouth, and then come back up. And now we're going to take it into the lower body. So let's take the feet even wider here to get a bigger base of support. And focus on supporting that lower back as you bring your hips forward. And that might be all you need to do. And then the inhale is to bring your navel away from the pubic bone. Lift it upward. As you exhale, bring your hips farther forward. And then start to feel the length of the navel away from the hips, the solar plexus, lifting upward from the navel, the chest lifting, and then come back. Good. Now, if you want to do one more with the whole spine, take a nice deep breath in, arms up, and then exhale. Let it all go. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. And come on up. Good. All right, last phase of the moon is to bend forward. You can do Uttanasana, or you can have your feet a little wider like mine are. That just seems like it's going to feel good for me today. And I'm going to bend my knees a lot and soften my hips to fold, but you can fold more like Uttanasana. It's just my lower back is tight, so the bent knees always helps a tight lower back. Coming into that forward bend of your choice. Okay, so as you find your way into this forward bend, feel free, please, to play here now. Let's stay here for about 8 breaths. So take your time. You can take your feet wider or closer. You can lift your hips higher if that's starting to feel good. To fold deeper, go for it and straighten your legs more and more. If you want to stay super soft in that lower back, then keep your knees bent. Yeah, any arm variations that you'd like to do here. And finally, I do want to give you the opportunity to do a headstand from here. And if you don't have headstand in your practice, then you can meet me in Hero, and I'm going to show you a little progression into headstand, okay? And even if you do have headstand, maybe you want to come and do it that way with us too, so your choice. Okay, so for headstand, step 1 is to make a crown. And the crown looks like this. Just like we started with, you want to be externally rotating the arms so that elbows are towards each other and then your palms together. So that's the crown, and the fingers are clasped. That's step 1, make a crown. Step 2, we're going to put the crown on the ground and we're going to put our head in the crown, okay? So just watch. Step 1, step 2 is to put the crown on the ground and put your head on the ground, in the crown. And then step 3, we're just going to straighten our legs. And that might be all you need. And then you can come back to Hero with your head above your heart. Will feel really balancing to the nervous system, because to balance the nervous system, the head prefers to be above the heart, or neutral, but not opposite. So headstands create balance because they bring oxygen to the brain, but you also want to be aware of your exit strategy when you need it, okay? So step 1, make a crown. Step 2, put the crown on the ground, put your head in the crown. And then step 3, straighten your legs. So looks like that. Step 2. Step 3, just straighten your legs. Okay? Step 4 is to take baby steps towards your head with your feet. And when you take those baby steps with your toes towards your head with your feet, Then pull your belly way up. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Walk, 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 walk. And you might get a little bit of a float when you grab your core. So as you walk, 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 walk your toes towards your head, see if you can pull your belly in strong and just get a little float and then come back to hero. So no need to push it. You will fall a few times in your life practicing headstands. You will fall. Make sure you just let your chin come towards your chest and kind of forward roll or do like a tumble salt. Unless you have the back bend, which I see somebody in our group has. That's an exit strategy if you have it. you can actually go into a back bend to save yourself. But that's not the easiest thing to do for a lot of people, right? So make sure if you're falling that you just take your chin to your chest and you just kind of roll and fall. If you'd like to practice these on your own at home, just put all kinds of pillows around you, like every pillow from every couch, every bed in your house so that you feel secure. And that way, you can practice falling and just like roll and fall and not hurt yourself. One of the benefits of being at home and not practicing this in a studio is that you can really set it up and just let yourself fall a few times. So that float, float, float just allows your feet eventually to float up. So that's headstand. Let's try it one more time together. Make a crown, put it on the ground, head in the crown. 2, 3, straighten your legs. 4, float, walk, 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 float. And then 5, you'll just start to float all the way up. Let that happen at its own pace. And try not to get attached to the end result. Nice, Sherry. Yeah, and then just let it be. That's it for today, for headstands. Okay, nicely done. To get the benefits of the headstand, let's come into Shavasana for a moment so that you really feel the energy of that headstand. So let yourself just plop on the ground. Doesn't have to be supported, doesn't have to be with props or too much thought. We're just gonna be here for a moment. Flop on the ground. Like you just suddenly died. You didn't plan it, you just fell. Ta-da. Shavasana. Good, let's review our flow of energy through the directions of the Vayus. So first, letting the in-breath land into the center of your body and up. Just letting that prana flow in and up. Filling the body with bright, new, fresh energy. And then shift your awareness to the exhale, that apana, down and out. That first direction is in and up, is more yang. That second direction linked to exhale is more yin. Let it release and relax. Every exhale, let go. And now feel the balance of the in and the out breath. Inhaling for 4. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Keep continuing with that balanced breath at your own pace. You can stay with the duration that's comfortable. And this is the samana breath, the same breath, the same count in as out, and this is the balancing breath. It helps us to balance what we're bringing into our bodies and what we're giving out, what we're giving, what we're receiving. Speaking and listening, filling up, emptying out. And then the fourth direction of energy is Udana, which is that more spiritual energy from the heart to the third eye. Open your mouth as you exhale and let out that soft ha or sigh or shh. Letting the energy of your heart move through your throat up into your third eye, becoming more heart-centered. Letting all the compassion and acceptance and really contentment with what is, let all of those beautiful heart ways of being move into the mind. The heart knows how to pause. And then this Vayu, this energy from the heart to the head is that first non-dualism. So this helps us to get to that place beyond the good and bad. Which is really the challenge of the time that we're living in. For some reason, our challenge right now is to understand beyond the good and bad, beyond the black and white, beyond the us and them, beyond good and evil. And that takes us to the final Vayu, which is Vayana, and that is the energy that flows through everything. Through the earth and our bones, through water and our blood and guts, through fire and the sun and our own nervous impulses, through the air of our own breath, and now just let your body start to stretch on its own. So you can let your arms come overhead. You can almost imagine you're just getting up in the morning and you are this super aware animal living on the earth, and you know just how to move and take care of yourself. Stretching your arms, stretching your legs. And then let's pull the thighs up into the chest, having one hand on each knee, and we'll circle that sacrum. So that lying down helps us to be embodied and connected to the earth. And now coming back to a little movement with that watery flow of the sacrum. Circling in the other direction. Let your head flop side to side, finding that easy watery flow through the whole body. And let's take our feet together into lying Baddha Konasana. So if you can, bring your feet together and reach around your feet. And then we'll lengthen our legs, and if it becomes available and feels good, we'll go from bound angle to a little suggestion of plow. And if that doesn't feel good, you can just stay in bound angle. You can stretch your legs wide, but see if there's a little rocking motion of lifting the hips up. That feels good. And then once you get that rocking going, maybe you can rock your hands under your hips, and then if you want, you can rock all the way up. So just finding your own rock and roll that feels good to you. Maybe it's very subtle, maybe it's all the way to plow, and all the way back up. And if you want to get a little more fire going, you can come up and come into boat, right? And you can come all the way back into plow. If that doesn't feel good, just lengthening your legs, even rocking side to side. So any kind of rocking, rolling. And then let's all meet back in Happy Baby. And we'll So taking one thigh to the ground and the other thigh to the ground, not getting attached to one place. You can come back to your rock and rolls forward and back if it feels good. And then let's pause and baby with both thighs coming to the side of your ribs. Take a few breaths here. Letting that back be massaged by the earth. And letting our bodies heal the earth. Surrender and give your body to the ground. Let gravity move through your heavy legs. Good. Take your legs wide here, Upavista. You can flex and point your ankles. And then let's fold the legs up like scissors and we'll come into Gomukhasana here. So bend your knees, grab your ankles if it's available. Getting a big hip stretch there. Let the back of your shoulders relax into the ground. And then easy does it come to the other side. You can stretch your legs wide, scissor them in the other direction, coming into Gomukhasana, cow face on the other side. Come back to your ocean breaths, balancing the in and the out. Beautiful. And then taking any last movements in this position, if you want to come into a twist, you can certainly do that. If you felt like you wanted more time and you wanted to get a little shoulder stand in, getting another inversion could feel good. And then making your way back to center, and let's be in Shavasana. So taking these last few moments in Shavasana. I'm going to offer a chant of Shiva. Shiva is that spark of life, and Shiva is that first spark of love, and Shakti is love as the last refuge. So let's remember the balance of Shiva and Shakti, the balance of yang and yin. And that deep wisdom within the center of the circle, and that wisdom that envelops it all. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchitananda Murtaye Nisprapanchaya Shantaya Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings everywhere in our world be free of suffering. May we all experience connection to our strength and to fearlessness that comes from knowing we are all one and we are all part of the same story. Namaste. Take your time coming up to a seated posture, and we'll end our formal practice with 3 ohms. And then if you'd like to hang out and share a little bit, say hello, that would be wonderful. So make your way into the seated pose. Take your time getting there, and we'll enjoy 3 ohms together. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I'd love to share one more Om for all of our Black brothers and sisters and everyone in our community to be safe and hear the vibration and feel the support of us. So take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. I'm going to turn off the other recording and I'll be right back.